Perfect. So, yeah, starting from the wind turbines, you'll see there's a bunch of root combiners to the top left, the red ones. Um,
Yeah.
and so yeah, that's where we'll connect new power sources if we need them or if any get blown up or whatever. That's where those go. Your standard tree. And then those go into the two branches. And so you see those two black branches below the root combiners?
Yeah, what's with the root combiner that's dead? That's not
Um,
running. It's got no light up. It's not lit up.
oh yeah, that's
Oh,
Oh, now it's lit up.
that's weird.
weird.
I don't know. I could check the output or whatever, but it should have something coming in. But anyway, yeah. Then those two branches. So the first one splits off the power for our entire system. So if you press E on it, you'll see it's set to like 250 or something like that.
Yeah.
And so you want to, if you ever want to like add a new system or you need more power for anything, that's the first one you do. Is that one on the left, and bump that up by however much more power you need. And then the second one is always set to 2, and that one is just a blocker to prevent the batteries from ever being used unless the wind turbines, power is gone. So if we get MLRS'd, like then the wind turbines will no longer produce power, the blocker no longer works, and the batteries kick on. So that's
Right.
basically, so that's our battery backup. And so we never add more branches over there. That system will never change. Um,
Yeah, right. That's always our battery backup.
yep.
And the
Um,
switch is the main on off.
Yeah, and that OR switch down there, that's just the battery backup. So one of those comes from the
Ah,
battery output, the other one comes from the wind turbines.
okay, got it.
So we never really fuck with that except for when we increase the overall power output for the whole system. And then on the right wall here, you see root combiners on the bottom right. Those are for the batteries, so that's all the battery outputs.
Mm-hmm.
And then the splitters above there, that's the battery inputs. So like all the excess power that we're not using from that main branch, that all just gets fed into the battery input, and so that charges the batteries. And so if you
Okay.
ever add new batteries, you'll just, charge them through those splitters. So that really doesn't get changed too much. And then these set of branches here, the 4 branches, this is how I normally do like the system level branches. So each one of these is a totally separate system. And when I mean system, I mean like every auto turret or every SAM site or all the automation, so on and so forth. It's like, an entire subset of the electrical system comes from here. And I try to do like, colored wiring. So red always means auto turret system, purple always means SAM site, so on and so forth. You can pick whatever colors you want. Just like I try to color a whole system so it's really clear what's going on there.
Mm-hmm.
And so then yeah, there's your on-off for turrets, and that's pretty much it for the room up here. And then other
This
than
is like our emergency systems.
yeah, this is like the core functionality. Um, and the benefit of doing this like battery backup thing is if you just funnel everything in the battery input and then use battery output for everything, you lose 20%. Right there. So by doing this failover system, we theoretically gain like 20% plus a loss of a few more components. So like you gain like maybe 15% efficiency or something. That's why we do it this way.
Mhm.
And then so yeah, so if you go all the way down into the core, then you'll see there's just going to be a bunch of branches and splitters set up
Whoa.
for auto turrets. And so when you want to add more auto turrets, you'll just add more branches and splitters down there. And the
That is
SAM
ridiculous.
Yeah, and the SAM sites are in here. This purple splitter right here. So whenever we get SAMs down, you'll just on the shooting floor here. There's this splitter that's ready to go. It's already got 51 power, which one will be lost, and so you'll have 25 coming out of 2 of the splits here. Whenever you're
Okay.
ready for it.
For the SAM sites.
Yep. And then
And I would just, in order to add a SAM, 2 more SAM sites, I'd add a splitter and a branch down there with 51 power coming up to a splitter.
yeah, exactly, something like that. Yep.
Okay.
If we wanted 4 SAMs, yeah.
But that branch would come off of you have 2 branches there that aren't hooked up to anything, right?
Yeah. So I figure one of those will maybe eventually be Matt's automation, or if we want lights or spotlights, whatever the fuck.
Got it. Got it. Keep
Uh,
adding branches there for main components.
Exactly. Yeah, main entire systems.
That is ridiculous, dude.
So go all the way to core, and let's just check out the outer turrets and make sure you're comfortable there, since I'm sure you guys will be adding a ton.
I'm not touching it.
So then down here, I typically just do 1 branch and then 1 splitter, 1 branch and 1 splitter. And then I set each of the branches to 31 to branch off 31. And then that way I can have that branch go to the splitter, and then there's
And that
one
gives you 10 at each split
exactly.
for a turret.
Yep,
So one splitter will give you 3 turrets,
exactly.
and it takes 3 branches to get 3 branches to get set up, and then you add a branch, you add 3 turrets, you add a branch, you add 3 turrets.
Yep.
And then you'd have to increase the power up at the branch and the roof to give more juice to this section, right? Is
Exactly.
that correct?
Yeah, and so you have to
Okay.
increase it in 2 places. First, you increase it in the overall output, and then you increase it at the system level branch for auto turret, which is the first one that has red coming out of it.
Okay.
And you can see if you hover your electrical tool over the right power out, you'll see there's already 94 excess here. So you can probably power another 8 auto turrets plus the
Oh,
last.
before having to fuck with anything up there.
Exactly. Yep. So you got plenty of
Nice.
scalability as is, and so you can fuck with it once you do 8 and you're trying to do the 9th.
Yeah. Okay.
Sweet. That's it.
That's pretty simple, actually. I thought it was more complicated than that.
Yeah, no, it's pretty simple.
But I like what you did with that's kind of like the little stuff I'm finding with the water systems is like the little bit more efficient, but I'm finding fewer components. But there's one way that you do it